This is John from Cullins Service. Today we're gonna change out the blade assembly for the Classen TS20 to turn it from an Overseeder to a thatcher. And we're gonna put on these spring tines so we can thatch with it. So we're gonna replace the blades. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Alright, first thing you want to do for safety is make sure the spark plug boot is off. Make sure the fuel switch is off. Make sure the ignition switch is in the off position. Do those for safety. You don't want the engine turning on somehow when you're working on the machine. Now we're going to remove the belt shield. This is the belt shield right here. It's a 1/2 inch. Get the back. Top two off. Now there's one in there. And there's one in there. Alright, so you're going to want to lift the machine so you can get underneath it. And you get these bottom bolts. You're going to have to hold this and go from that side as well. Side. And boom. There's your belt shield. Now you're going to want to remove the belt from the pulley. Comes right off. Just move that out of the way. Alright, so now we got to tilt it up so you can work underneath. And there's 6 bolts on each side. I already took one out to get the cover off. There's another one there, there, and there. And the same thing on the other side. You're gonna have to hold an end on this side, unscrew from that, and the same thing over here. Now we gotta unscrew 6 on each side. So let's do that. Keep all your nuts and bolts in one place so you don't lose them. Alright, now it's the same thing on the other side. See how it's just loose? That's all you gotta do. Now we're gonna do 6 bolts on the other side. So now we just pull it out. And there's the blades. And there they are. And the springs. Now we're going to set the spring tines in place. Put the 12 bolts, 6 on each side, back in. I got a few of them set. Lift it back up. Now we're going to set the other side. Then we're going to tighten them all down. Tighten these just enough where you can adjust the wheel. Stick a piece of something under there. So that way it's not touching the wheel. You can tighten it down and take it out. And we do the same for the other side. There's enough space between the wheels. Okay, now we're going to put the belt back in place. Right around the top. And right around the bottom. Alright, the belt's in place. Runs loose. And when that kicks in, it'll turn it. Alright, so we changed out the blades, the spring tines. Now to finish it up, we gotta put the belt shield back on. These two bolts here are still in place, they shouldn't have been removed. Watch out for the belt. Just gonna seat these two bolts up here, 1/2 inch. I'm not gonna tighten it, I'm just gonna place them on there a little bit. I'm going to tip the machine up. Get my 7/16 bolts on the bottom. And go right in there. One on either side. Put the bolts on there, the nuts on there. Not going to tighten them just yet. Both sides. On the bottom is 7/16, the tops are 1/2. I'm just going to tighten them down. I'm going to do the bottom first because it's already up in the air. Alright, machine back up. Switch out my fittings. Back is a 1/2 inch. Just put your wrench on the back of the bolt and tighten it from the front. Belt shield is in place. Alright, so we just replaced the blades in this. Just spring tines to turn it into a thatcher. All done. Now we can go thatch some lawns. Thank you for watching. Check out some of our other videos.